video. Today's video is going to be, we're going to be talking about what are my, I have a lot of, all my palettes are favorites, don't get me wrong, but I had to pick some, right? Because we're going to talk about spring palettes. So I picked some of my favorite spring palettes out. These by far are not my only ones, but they're the ones that I came to first. But before we get started, if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So happy that you're here. All right, so spring is coming, right? February is almost over. Our weather, we don't get a lot of bad weather anymore. We get about a week. Sometimes we get 2 weeks. But a week of where we had a lot of snow, and then that 1 week we had a lot of snow. Temps were down in the single digits and in the -7, -8. It was really cold, but that was 1 week. And then the very next week, it warmed up to the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I think, and it rained, and it all melted. And so far, today, it's going to be in the 70s. I don't know. They say we're supposed to get some more bad weather sometime this month. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping not. I'm ready for spring. Yeah, ready for spring. But anyway, so I thought, since March is almost here, and it's going to be here in week and a half, 2 weeks, I thought, why not pick out some of my favorite spring palettes and just share them with you guys. Now, like I said, these are not, by far, not my only ones. I mean, I love all my palettes. But I needed to pick some, so I just opened up my drawers and just started grabbing some. And I ended up grabbing, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11 of them. So we'll talk about 11 palettes. First, we're going to talk about this one from Alter Ego. This is the Sakura palette. I think this is a dupe for the one Natasha Denona one that's the green. I can't remember the name of it. If I remember it, I'll put it down here. But anyway, so I have this. And I think it's a very pretty palette for the spring. It's got those greens. And you could add some browns with it and then put the greens on top. I thought that would be a really pretty palette for the spring. We'll do some swatching. I'm not going to swatch everything in all of them, but we'll swatch a few in each of them. So let's just swatch some of these greens. We're going to swatch Fair, which is that one. Radiant, which is that one. What is that one? Grove, which is a matte. That's a matte. We'll swatch it anyway. And then Twinkle. So let's just swatch these. Now look how pretty that is. It's like a topper. And then these are a matte. And then this is more of a satin right here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's pretty. A very pretty spring palette. Yeah, very pretty. So, that was my first one. And they're not ranked in any particular order because I like them all the same. So, like some people rank them. I don't do that because I can't. Because, what did I do with the color? Anyway, because I like them all the same, so I can't rank. Yeah, I can't rank them. I don't need my cases. All right, then the next one is going to be from Lethal Cosmetics. And this is a really pretty little small palette. It's just a 6-pan palette. And I have used it quite a bit. And it looks like that. And Lethal Cosmetics, I really like their formula. It's a very nice formula. There's no color names on this. So we're just going to do a little swatching. I'm going to go, well, yeah, Gloria, why don't you just put on shadow all over your boob? Okay. All right. So we're going to swatch this one. I'm going to go this way and then this way. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one since it's just 6. Look at that. Okay. Go ahead and get keep them on my hand, and then I will show you. It's pretty. I haven't used this palette in a while with the winter months, but it's a gorgeous palette. I love it. All right, there we go. And this one is really a duochrome. It looks, in the pan, it looks white, but it's actually a really light pink. It goes from a white to a light pink. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see it a little bit. Gorgeous palette, and I will definitely be using it. And you can use these palettes even into the summer. In my opinion, you can. Okay, so that's the second palette that I picked out. Then my third one I picked out would be the Viseart. This one is the Paris Love Letter. I don't think I've ever used this palette either. I don't think. Looks like that. And then you open it up, it's like an envelope. And I have used this palette a couple of times. Which looks like that. Very pretty palette. It's got a lot of pretty, it definitely has a lot of pretty spring colors in it. The pop of green and the peach and the peach shimmer, that purple. It's just a very pretty palette. Very pretty palette. Let's see. Very pretty. We have that pop of peach shimmer. Very pretty. Even that pop of green, we all know green's my favorite color. I mean, just look at those. I mean, just a gorgeous palette. Gorgeous palette. And I do look forward to using that too. I think what I'm going to do is, because I want to use my palettes, I've got a project that I'm going to start that I've got to get it filmed, and that I'm going to start for this year. And yeah, it'll come up, that video will come up next week. Yeah, next week. I've got that video coming next week. But it's a new project I'm going to start, so to make sure that I can use my palettes, because I need to use them. I need to use them. All right. Now let's move right along. We're going to go on to a couple of Juvia's palettes. The first one is the Garden of Juvia's. This is a gorgeous palette too. This is a very spring palette. I mean, look at that. I mean, that just screams, to me, that just screams spring. The flowers blooming, you got the grass turning green, you got flowers blooming, purples and yellows and greens and just all kinds of flowers. I love flowers. We plant a ton of flowers, a ton. All right, yeah. I mean, and even these have got flowers names. Like this yellow, it says Daffodil. And this is Best Buds, B-U-D-S. Blooming, Lilac You. Flower Petals. What is this one? Money Tree, Peony, and Purple Orchard. Blossom, Flower Child, Sweet Lilac, Gardenia, Marigold, Sunshine. Yeah, just some gorgeous palette. Gorgeous palette. Gorgeous colors. Definitely spring. Definitely spring. And I so look forward to using that. All right, so we've gone, that's 4. We have one more Juvia's that I pulled. The Candy Shop. Now this is really, I mean, this is kind of some spring. It's really a summer palette though, I guess. But you can do it for spring because you got the light pinks. You could do the pinks. Kind of make a spring color. Save that one for the summer. Maybe do some greens for the spring. But yeah, but I can see making some looks with this for the spring. Yeah, I can see that. All right, moving right along. Let's go into, I only, if you can believe it, chose one ColourPop palette for this video. And that was the Aurora Struck palette. Now this palette is gorgeous. And this screams spring in my opinion. I mean, especially all of these colors here, these first 2 rows scream spring to me. I mean, you can't get more spring than that. Yeah. I mean, we've got this Feelin' Wavy, which is a green, kind of a mint green. We have So Lit. We have, oh, this lavender is Borealis. I mean, those are spring. I mean, those are definitely spring colors. Definitely. So I do look forward to using this palette. All right, get this off my fingers. And let's just move along. Now we're gonna come to some Nomad palettes. And I did choose 3 Nomad palettes for this video, even though you know how many palettes I have because I did my palette inventory declutter type thing. So, you know, the first one we're going to choose was this Nomad. Oh, I cannot say Fêtes de Provence. I mean, this is a summer palette too, but this screams spring too. Got the yellows. You've got the purples. You've got the pinks. I mean, this just screams spring to me. And it also, I mean, it's summer too, but it screams spring, I think, at the moment. Because that's what we choosing it for. It's a very pretty palette. This, oh, I can't, Bouchers de Rhône? I don't know. This one here. Purple. It kind of shifts a little bit. It's got a little bit of a flip to it. Very pretty. I love this palette. Then the next Nomad palette that I chose, if I can get this back in here, is, oh, why do I pick the ones I can't pronounce? The Bosque Nubos de Monteverde. I don't know. I can't say it. It's this one. I can't say it. It's got the jungle ones because it's got like a jungle on the picture here. And all those colors, spring colors for sure. And she looks like this. Definitely screams spring. Definitely screams spring. Got your pinks, got your yellows, got your greens, got a purple, that blue. I mean, that just, yeah, I think that's a good spring palette also. I mean, look at this pink orchid. Look at that. I mean, come on. That's spring. All right. Okay, let's moving right along here. Let's go to the last Nomad palette that I picked. I picked the Paradise Islands palette. I mean, well, of course, it has a lot of summer, but you know, it's spring too. Because look at this. You've got all these pinks and more peachy tones. And then you've got down here some lighter blues and purples. Yeah, this is a palette that you can use all through the spring and summer. Like that. All right, now for my last 2 palettes, for palettes 10 and 11, is a relatively new brand to me, but I love her stuff. She has gorgeous palettes that perform very well, and she is very amazing. She's just a really sweet person. What palettes would those be, might you say? Well, Saints, Angels, Sinners is the palettes that I'm talking about. The first one we're going to talk about is Steph's Pier. Spring, summer, you know. But it does speak spring to me also. And I have used this palette quite a lot. Quite a lot. But I do think that it screams spring because you've got your pinks and your light greens. Your little lighter greens over here and those lavender colors. Definitely can use this in the spring. Definitely. It's a beautiful palette and it performs very well. It's very soft. Her shadows are very soft shadows. Very soft shadows. Like that. And we'll just swatch those three. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Changing from that pink to yellow. Very pretty. She has some gorgeous palettes. Gorgeous palettes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And right now, she's got a sale going on. 50% off, which, I mean, come on. She's got some mystery boxes that you can get you can get them for 50% off. Her website is, hold on. I got a phone call. But I will put her website in the description down below. Go check her out. She's on Instagram also, Saints Angels Centers. Go check her out, because let me tell you, you won't be disappointed. No, you won't be. And then the last palette, number 11, is also a Saints Angels Centers palette. It's a brand new one to my collection. It is the Jewels palette, which looks like that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. I haven't had a chance to use this one yet, but this definitely is a spring palette. I mean, you've got that lime green, the light green, the lavenders, purples, you got the yellows. I mean, it's definitely spring. You can use it any time of the year, but it definitely is a good spring palette. Most definitely. Let's see, this down here, this rhodonite. Let's see what color that is. Ooh, look at that. Okay, now this is what it looks like in the palette, and this is what it looks like on the finger. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. All right, guys. So that is what I have chosen for 11 spring palettes. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I think they all are excellent palettes for the spring. I'm going to have others, but these are the ones that I chose for the video. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Nomad palettes. Cannot go wrong with them. Cannot go wrong with the Saints Angels Centers palettes either. I mean, come on, those are some good palettes. And we've got the ColourPop one. We've got the Juvia's Place ones. And then we have the Viseart one. This little guy from Lethal Cosmetics. And then the Sakura palette from Alter Ego. Yep. Those are my palettes that I chose. Some favorite palettes for the spring. Some of many. But, you know, if I was going to show you all of them, we'd be here till next week. Or later, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind. It really helps my channel. And share with your friends. The more the merrier. And go have some fun today. I'm going to enjoy this nice weather that we've got here while we have it, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Yeah, but I'll take it. All right, guys, until I see you in the next video, take care. Bye.